Hello. Okay, so today's lesson is on multiplying binomials. So a binomial, it's basically a term that has, or a expression, sorry, that has two terms. Bi means two. So we're going to be multiplying a binomial by a binomial. Now there are two common methods that are usually being used. The first method we're going to look at is the area model, sometimes also called the box method, and the other method is just plain old distribution method. So let's start using the area model or box method, whichever one you want to call it. So we're looking at the question 2x plus 3 times x plus 4. First thing you want to do is draw out a box like you see here on my screen. Now, it doesn't really matter if you put the 2x plus 3 on top or the 2x plus 3 on the side. You could do it horizontally or vertically, does not matter. So I could have put the x plus 4 here and the 2x plus 3 here. Either way, it doesn't really matter. But you have to make sure that the 2x and the 3 go on the same horizontal line if they're together. I can't put 2x and 4 on the same line because they're not from the same expression. Okay, so let's remember that, please. So as you can see, I have a box drawn out and I have 2x plus 3 on top and then x plus 4 vertically on the side. So now we're going to multiply my boxes. Okay, give me 1 second, open this up. Here we go. So because I can't write here, I'm going to redraw again. I'm going to draw my box. Now I'm going to do a little differently than what's drawn up here. I'm going to flip the numbers so I can show you that it works both ways because I already have it worked out on the bottom with the 2x plus 3 here. I'm going to put x plus 4 here, and then I'm going to put the 2x plus 3 here. I'm going to show you either way I do it, either the way on top drawn or the way on the bottom, I still get the same exact answer. So if you look here, what we're going to do is we're going to multiply the vertical and the horizontal boxes together. So this is going to be basically x times 2x. X times 2x is 2x squared. This one is going to be the 4 times 2x, which gives us 8. X, here it's going to be my x times 3, which gives me 3x, and here it's going to be the 4 times 3, which gives me 12. So what happens is I look at and I say, okay, do I have any like terms? Most of the time they're going to be my diagonals. In this case, the 3x and the 8x. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the whole thing, write all after distributing or after multiplying. I'm going to write out as 2x squared plus 8x plus 3x plus 12, and I have to combine my like terms of 8x and 3x, which gives me 2x squared plus 8x plus 3x is 11x plus 12. So that should be my final answer. Again, if you notice, I moved the boxes around a little bit. So let's see how it looks like with the same boxes. Would you look at that? It still gave me the same exact answer. The only difference here was that I moved this x and this 2x. I flipped them. Excuse me. Let's go back. Come on. Okay. I flipped these two and I flipped these two. Basically, I put my first term vertically and my second term horizontally instead of vice versa. So there is no real difference here. Come on, go down. So it doesn't matter if I set up this way or if I set up this way, I still will get the same answer. So that is called the box method or the area model, depending on what you want to name it. Now, of course, the second method is distribution. So we're going to use the same exact question, 2x plus 3 times x plus 4. So a distribution method says we're going to take my 2x plus 3 times my x plus 4. So I'm going to take this 2x and distribute it to the x and distribute it to the 4. Then I'm going to take this 3 and distribute it to the x and distribute it to the 4 as well. So how would that look like? Well, let's check it out. It's going to look like this. 2x times x plus 2x times 4 plus 3 times x plus 3 times 4. Does that look familiar? Okay, so if we go back to the area model, if we look here, that's the same exact numbers that we multiplied on top. Interesting. Alright, going back to the distributive model, so I distributed the first term of the first binomial to both terms of the second binomial, and I took the second term of the first binomial and distributed to both terms of the second binomial. So now let's work it out. 2x times x is 2x squared. 2x times 4 is 8x. 3 times x is plus 3x, and 3 times 4 is plus 12. Again, combine like terms. Final answer, 2x squared plus 11x plus 12. Again, it does not matter which method you use, they both work. Oh, sorry, it flipped on me. Okay, so now here's another example. It's already worked out for you here by distribution. As you can see, we took the x minus 6 times 4x plus 3, but I'll work it out for you with you here. It'll allow me to open. Here we go. We're going to have that x minus 6 times that 4x plus 3. Going to distribute the x to 4x, distribute the x to 3, distribute the negative 6 to the 4x, the negative 6 to the 3. So now to rewrite it, I'm going to have x times 4x plus x times 3. That's the first term from the first binomial multiplied to the two terms of the second binomial. Second one, I'm going to take the negative 6 times 4x minus 6 times 3. Okay, now I distributed. Now I have to multiply and combine. X times 4x is 4x squared. X times 3 is plus 3x. Negative 6 times 4x is negative 24x. Negative 6 times 3 is negative 18. If I look here, what are my like terms? The 3x and the negative 24x. So my final answer should look like 4x squared minus 21x minus 18. That should be my final answer. Let me go down back to the bottom to check the work. Yes, 4x squared minus 21x minus 18. Now, again, when we're multiplying binomial by binomial, the best two methods to use is either area/box model or distributive property. Now, your Bellwork consists of two questions. These are how the questions look like. Pay very, very close attention to question number 2. Question number 2 says 5x plus 1 squared. Okay? Give you guys a hint here. If you watch my video, you'll know the hint. Now, the 5x plus 1 does not mean I'm going to distribute the square to the 5x and to the 1. No. 5x squared means, 5x plus 1 squared means I'm going to do 5x plus 1 times 5x plus 1. Remember, today's lesson is on binomial multiplied by a binomial. Meaning, I'm going to create, I already have one binomial, and squared means I multiply the same thing to itself. So number 2 should look like 5x plus 1 times 5x plus 1. Okay? Again, if you have any questions, you're always more than welcome to send me a message and ask. Have a lovely day and good luck. Goodbye.